What up, though? It's your local friendly engineer, Cynthia, and welcome to the Eastside Engineering Podcast. And we back for season 2.2.
Hey.
Shout out to everybody that listened to season 1. And we in for a wild ride because this season is going to be all about perspectives and getting the conversations talked about on the airs. So, I have some returning guests. Excuse me. There's some returning guests. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hey, it's Danny, a.k.a. Danielle.
It's just Eboni Davis, a.k.a. Ebony. E.
That sounds like a famous name, though. That name got some weight on it.
All right,
feel
Danny.
it.
Okay.
Like, yo, you know Ebony?
Yeah.
All right, word. Let's claim that, y'all.
Yeah.
So, today I brought these lovely ladies back on the podcast because we're going to talk about the pros and pros of private universities. So, one of our guests, Danielle, went to my alma mater.
Hey.
Our alma mater.
Hey. the Larry Tech. It's like, no.
This is not fair.
Lawrence
It's not fair.
Technological University.
From there.
Sis, be proud of where you from now.
I am, but you know, that's where my papers from. You know, my free papers is from Lawrence Tech. And my other guest went to Howard University.
HU?
So
Okay.
Go ahead and get it out. Just go to the real HU.
The real HU, the Mecca.
Okay.
I mean, the hilltop, you know.
Hey.
I'm going to chill out because we got a long show to go.
Hey.
So,
You know, you can just let it out.
Yeah.
It's fine.
they're red and blue.
One of my best friends went to Howard, so.
Oh, see, we got love.
And my auntie, so.
Okay,
we
that's
good.
cool. Okay, we good.
So, yeah. So, I'm going to start it off with something, you know, positive. It's supposed to remain positive, but, you know, things get
All right,
wild.
we'll see.
All right.
It's not, I'm going to say disclaimer. This is not a PWI versus HBCU, because we doing pros and pros.
Right.
Pros and pros.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep that in mind.
You
Okay.
keep that in mind and ding the bell because pros and pros. That's all we here for. So, I mean, if we might, you know, a little shady, because it's okay.
It's all fun and games.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun. But anywho, so we're going to start off something like, and I want to know, last week in self-care, what did you do?
For me, last week in self-care, I actually decided to start meditating and reading.
Reading.
Yes, it's called read
Right.
and release. So about nighttime, I need to get my brain up off of social media and just what's out there in the world. So meditating in the morning and then reading and releasing at night. So
Good.
just started though. So I'm like on day 5.
We only focusing
Yeah.
on last
Yep.
Right.
So, yeah. So.
Last week I did 2 things. I booked a facial.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yep. And the other thing was actually reading too. My best friend told me that someone told her to start reading like just 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. She was like, I'm gonna, just leave a book in the car, and then whenever I get 5 minutes, just read right quick.
Yep. Oh,
So I
exactly.
told myself, all right, I'm gonna do that. I put the Michelle Obama book in my car because that book is just too long, and I just feel like, all right, if I can get started by having it in the car and reading it for 5
Yeah.
minutes, cool.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
definitely feel like that Michelle Obama book is like you're sitting right next to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
To you. And
Yeah.
it's a monologue. It's not
Yes.
a dialogue.
Yes.
It's just her talking to you, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
See, I do
Yeah.
the audio and the real book for that one. So
Okay.
it actually has her doing the voice.
Oh.
I'm still not finished with that book, but yeah.
It's so long.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's
Yeah.
like a little. To me, so far, I'm like it's a little too detailed. Like, all right, is she
walked into the
describing the
kitchen,
trees?
Open the
Like,
cabinet door,
She's creating the
and then
image.
Ooh.
a cheese sandwich. Like, okay.
I think it's just for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not that patient.
Yeah.
Like, get to the story.
yeah.
But the story is her describing all of that. So
Becoming-
I'll just have to
Yeah.
get used to
Get
that.
them 5 minutes in, you'll be good. That attention span, you got it.
Yeah.
You'll be done by summer.
Yeah, I'll eat by summer.
So, my last week in self-care was I bossed up and started going swimming every morning.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and well, that's what don't really. It does count because it ended on Monday. But I whipped my friend's ass in an Apple Watch competition.
Oh.
She really thought she was about to get me.
Oh, you got her.
I whooped her ass.
Wow,
Like,
Cynthia.
Sorry to the kids, but just know.
Just know whoever she beats.
She thought it was an easy win.
It's serious out here.
You came for her.
Like, I've had 3 people try to compete with me. This one girl competed with me 4 times, lost 4 times.
Oh, dang.
This guy competed with me twice, lost twice. Like,
Sis, okay, first off, you need some harder competition, so
Right.
what's up?
Right.
I was on Twitter like, who trying to be on the app?
Dang.
Everybody trying to be like, what's your Twitter? What's your activity app?
Yeah, come
Whoa.
on.
Get at it. Let's do this.
When I get my
We'll
Apple Watch, I'll
Yeah.
join.
We'll exchange it. Don't worry.
But sis definitely did not know I swim every day. And I had just started like the week before. So she was like, oh my God, like, you're not about to beat my ass like this. And I'm like,
Yeah, I am.
I am.
really did.
Yeah.
And she kept leaving her watch at home. I think she just stopped after a while. Like, I
That's
just
an
texted you.
excuse.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, it's cool.
Feel bad for her.
I won this competition after the 3rd day. But
Yeah.
it's all right, you know. I hit the 600 max like after the 3rd day, and it was like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no catching up at this point.
She tapped out.
It's not enough days in the week.
Yeah, she tapped out.
But yeah, that was mine. I felt good about that.
Okay.
I
Right.
That's what's
was ready, but definitely felt that in my body today and yesterday because I slept.
Yep.
Like, out cold.
That's a
Like,
good thing.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need 2 rest days.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
This is not making it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, I remember back in you guys 2 episodes. So Danielle was Safety Bay and SheCooks, and Eboni was Goals, all caps. And you both talked about how like when you decided on college, you was like, you both said like you really didn't know, right?
What, school to go to?
Or like what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I wanted to be a lawyer first.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah. Like I said, actually,
To the private institution.
somebody just asked me that today, but I think I mentioned it last time. My mom was just randomly like, "Hey, you should go to Lawrence Tech," and I'm like, "What is that again?" She's like, "It's a school. It's an engineering school. It's up the street. You don't have to move. You can still like be near the family, but it's a real good school." So I was like, all right, let's go up there. So we went up there and looked at the school, and I looked at the degrees they had, and I was like, oh, biomedical engineering sound cool. Like, I like science.
Right.
So I was just like, all right, I'm going to try that. And then I never stopped and got the degree. So that's pretty much how I went. I didn't know what school or what degree I wanted to go for until that moment.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hashtag mamas be
I know. I was
Man.
just about to say, mamas be knowing.
Mama.
Yes.
Mom Dukes.
For me, for trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I wanted to be a lawyer since I was like 9. And then I was like, I got to do some undergrad. And my mom was like, why don't you do computers? You always on a computer. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't really know what engineers did at the time, but so I decided to do engineering undergrad, and then I was going to go to law school after. Picking a school was a little bit harder for me because I was kind of taught or being told that I should go to some of the local universities like U of M, Michigan State, and things like that, and those are the ones I was visiting, but my parents wasn't going to drive to D.C. to go see Howard.
It's like pick local.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Pick local because we don't travel. But
Gas prices.
right. So I was with the organization called Upward Bound. They were based out of Wayne State and high school students. So they did a HBCU tour, and Howard was one of them. I stepped on campus and fell in love with, like, mostly the people and the vibe, and then secondly the academics. But yeah, that's kind of
Sounds about typical for you guys.
Oh, wait a minute. No.
She said, I'm here for an experience.
Yes, I'm here for a experience, elevated.
Vibes.
Yes.
Good vibes.
Millennial
Yes.
vibes.
So that's kind of how Howard got me. It was that one tour that kind of got me, and then I went to like another program that was like an overnight program. So I was like in 11th grade or something, was able to stay on campus. And I was like, there's no other university like Howard University. So that's how I chose.
Oh, gosh.
Yes. My parents, right? My parents was like, you not going to U of M? Like, we got that college fund, right? But no college fund. But they found the way.
Oh,
there you go. There you go. Yes, yes, yes.
When most needed.
Yes.
That's amazing. So, you ladies both work at large car company.
Yes.
Manufacturer, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
I don't want to put y'all business out there. I don't know. Y'all can
We work for us. I know.
Look at me.
Season 1 because they own there.
Yeah.
I didn't name it when I was on mine.
You didn't? Okay, we could.
You did?
Cool. Yeah, I did.
All right, we not affiliated, bro. I thought we was.
I did.
We was like these.
Yeah. This is where we differ.
Oh my God, you guys! I was here when I first told them about the episode. It was like a moment, a bonding moment that we had.
Yes,
yes.
Factuals.
You know, that was between us three.
I mean, that's a special moment. Yeah.
That's where you gotta have that like DJ Envy setup where they had a whole video. Like ain't nothing
missed.
We copped all that. You thought.
It was a good moment. It was a great moment. So, how do you guys feel about how your education and your institution affects your corporate life? Well, I know Danny, you're still considered like early career, right? Because you're like 4 years.
4, yeah.
Oh, dang, I'm a vet out here.
Yeah.
I'm at 11 years.
Really? Don't look like it.
Thank you, girl.
So,
thank you, girl.
That's the main important thing.
So, So how do you guys feel that your institution helped you get ready for this corporate America machine that you're working in?
I feel like my school, like, emphasized working in corporate America. Like, they had us, like, okay, these are the companies you need to try and go for. This is the type of stuff they look for. Like, present your final projects as if you're talking to these specific companies.
Yeah.
And, like, all the companies that you were just naming, like the automotive companies, they're right here in Detroit. So all those people was coming to our schools directly, and we was talking to the people that, like, I was talking to this lady that I would have worked directly for if I, worked in that group. But I think they prepared us very well for our specific, like, professions.
I think for us at Howard, same thing. They prepared us for it, but they kind of prepared us to be 10 times better because we were coming from a
shade.
No. Hear me out. No, they 10 times better because like we're going in a corporate that does not look like us. I'm coming from a nest of black people. Yeah. So they're like, yo, they are gonna come from you, basically. Yeah. So they are gonna come for you. So it's just that they prepared us, like, as a black person in general, whether you went to, either or school, it's like you gonna have to come with your game. So be on the top at all times. So it was kind of like mentally you already knew what was gonna come for you. And everybody wouldn't look like you like they looked like in college. So,
okay, but do you feel like they prepared you? Like, so in class they were like, all right, so y'all are black, y'all are gonna have to work harder because was it blatant like that? And do you feel like they kind of put a stigma in your brain, like when I go to these companies, they not really gonna treat me how I'm treated at this black school?
I wouldn't say it was as blatant, but they basically said y'all have to be on top of your game because you're competing with people that went to, like, everybody. When I went to my first job, everybody they're like, Howard, what? Like, where is that? Yeah, like, what type of school is that, or what? How did you get this job? They got an engineering program, so like I was questioned off bat about my credibility. If I went to U of M, the football team's great, blah blah, like. They don't care nothing about Howard Band. You know what I'm saying? So Howard did prepare you like, hey, it's gonna people who don't look like you, and you definitely have to perform at the top of your game, and you have to bring up the people that's around you that look like you. So they did prepare me for that. And then when I mean, being in DC, you had like a lot of different people. So it wasn't just automotive, but you had like Google, Facebook. So you were already looking at like the top GM, Chrysler, Ford. You were already looking at those. So they kind of prepared you to be in corporate as well.
Yeah.
In engineering, because we were basically kind of like business school students too. How they had to dress for success, we had to dress for success. So yeah. Yeah.
Mackies, we were not.
What? When I'm talking about like, oh, you mean like on a regular day?
No, School of Business had to do it on certain days, but we only when we show up, okay? For interviews and
I'm like, hold on,
networking.
sis.
No.
Don't ever try to make it seem like
No.
I feel like, when we had like, we do, like our presentations and stuff like that, we came dressed up nice. I'm gonna say no on the regular Tuesday.
No, that would be School of Business for us. On a Tuesday, they dressed up. But for us, it was like you really have to bring your game because people are not expecting much from you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of, they did prepare us for that. But it was slightly blatant. Like, So.
That's real. So how do you feel, like what advice would you give to somebody who's, they're juniors, seniors, getting ready, like we're getting into grad school application season, applying for college season. So, like, what things would you tell them to look for when they're trying to decide between which schools? Because you do have experience with a public school. You had one semester.
Oh, Wayne State.
I went to Wayne State, too, for a summer semester.
Okay.
Summer.
So, y'all both have, like, a little bit of public.
Yeah,
slightly. It's a little different.
Yeah, slightly.
She has, you got the full semester.
Yeah, I went in a winter semester. Whew, tickets. That's all I'm going to say. Why? Like, just let me go to class, bro. I don't.
That's the thing. It's not even Wayne State. It's the city of Detroit.
I'm not
But
parking
D.C., the same thing, because Howard was right smack dead in the city, like, so you'll get tickets.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went to D.C. before.
So I understand that
Howard
ticket.
Area,
Yep.
And I was like, where do I park?
I understand that
Even to
ticket
go
life.
get food. Like, where?
I went to court almost every Friday to fight tickets, but go ahead. Yep.
Thank God we don't have Friday classes.
Right.
That's on my Friday.
Dang, I almost kind of forgot the question.
So what things should they look for? If I'm a junior, senior in high school, or somebody looking for grad school that want to pick between which schools they want to go to, like what's something that you would suggest for them to look into?
Maybe if one thing I would say, like, not even comparing like HBCU to a private PWI or whatever, but like size, like y'all class sizes I feel like would be still at least 2 times bigger than us. Like we had like 20 people in the class.
Oh, so yeah.
So if you feel like, okay, I want to be in a small environment, like I want my professor to know my name, like I want to directly be able to go talk to him whenever, I would say go to like a Lawrence Tech. But if you, like if you feel like I want to be around people that look like me, I don't know, by, personal experience, but I would say like I want to go to a Howard. Like those are the things that I would feel like outside of academics, this is the type of thing I want to look for.
Right.
And then maybe like, do you want to stay close to your family or do you want to move away? What's going on?
I'm not good at the behind the curtain thing.
Do we have a visitor?
I'm
confused.
Like,
You're interrupting my shine.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
right. I was like, okay.
For me, I cared about being close to my family and whoever at the time. Now, looking back, sometimes I'll be like, I wish I went out of state, but I mean, it's whatever. I could still do that now. I could still move because of my job. So it just depends what is important to you at that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. But of course, you want a good school.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with you. And I think what helped me was the actual college tours. Like my parents wasn't able to drive to different universities that I wanted to go to, but they made sure I was in different programs that had the college tours. Mm-hmm. And like you said, size is a big thing. Because when I went to U of M campus, I was like, whoa, this is huge.
Yeah.
Went to Howard, it's a little bit smaller. Mm-hmm. And like you said, even the private institutions, PWI or HBCU, you do get a little bit more intimacy with it. So with my classes, they were big starting off with your general courses. And then when you got to engineering, people thin out. So,
right.
So yeah, size was definitely a thing. Howard was a good size to me. If I wanted city life, if I wanted like the urban life, or if I wanted to be a little bit more remote, in-state, out-of-state. For me, originally, in-state was the thing that I wanted to do, but then I was like, I wanted to go to Howard, so of course I had to go. But you have to factor in, like, costs, too. I mean, yeah, my parents at first was like, no, you can't go to a private institution.
That's sure.
Yeah, so... And when you're choosing public versus private as well, you got to factor in the cost. But I go for vibes, so obviously.
We're sponsored by
no one.
Right.
Please send us our money.
Right.
Who wants to sponsor?
Right.
I need to be sponsored.
Yeah.
But
we ain't shouting nobody out for free.
Right.
But we do have gifts today, and I'm,
libations.
Yes.
I listened to my guests when they said their favorite. That's
She
why I
does.
had favorite snacks.
That was good. That was good.
Smart.
That was definitely good.
Keywords.
So I think that's great advice. So what was something that you enjoyed doing on your campus while you were in school?
I enjoyed being lame because I didn't do nothing.
I know. Where's the bill?
The only thing I would say I did do was start the Lawrence Tech dance team. Like, full blown, that is my shit. And they don't fully recognize me for it.
Give her
they
props
did get
They definitely did, though.
I would say.
On a plaque.
All right, but where's the plaque at?
In the hallway.
And
right?
what
Can we get a
building?
picture?
It's in the main building.
Show her.
Bro, no one goes there.
Give her
Okay.
respect. Give her respect. Can we
Fine.
get a picture of it? Can somebody tag her to a picture?
Tag me in the picture,
It
bro.
was in last time I was there, I don't go there too often now, but last time I was there, they still had your picture in the main hallway.
Okay.
I ain't seen none of that.
Maybe
Nah, because I've been in that hallway. I go to grad school there or not.
No, they must have moved it to the STEM building.
Oh.
That's where they moved the biomedical department over there.
Well, that was my senior project. That don't got nothing to do with the
No,
dance
but
team.
like the thing where y'all went somewhere.
That was biomedical related.
You in there. That's what she's trying to tell. You in there.
Up by the dean's office.
Oh, dang. Danielle is all over
She trying to
Lawrence Tech.
defend her school, bro.
You got on the sweatshirt. My school.
Whoa.
Anyway, I had to beg for a scholarship for starting that damn dance
That
team.
whole
So
promotional video when you open up.
for free, I didn't get nothing for that.
You still acknowledge.
All right.
So Danielle is basically Lawrence Tech, y'all. Just FYI.
Very tech.
I am, but I'm just saying, I feel like, I just had to, yeah.
Go up for the home team. No one-
That's all. Other than that, I ain't do
Oh.
nothing
Oh,
in school.
dang,
I was a
Danielle.
lame.
I would.
Dance team though, like I do wish they would be more like what you envisioned for it.
Exactly.
They did try to.
They gave up instantly.
Oh, dang.
They was like, oh, this isn't the same crowd as what she thought was going to be
Yeah.
here, so
Uh,
we just going to do what we do.
Yeah, it went straight to Christine's dancers.
If that.
Oh, I can say I did not experience that at my HBCU.
Yeah.
What I liked, I mean, I was a lame and not a lame at the same time. But I think it was just like complete fun. You had people from everywhere there. I think that was what shocked me. Coming from the east side of Detroit and only being on the east side of Detroit.
Right.
Yes, east. We got that in common too.
Yes.
Okay.
That was
All
my
right.
surprise.
Oh,
All
my
right.
God.
All right. So east side is in the building for sure. Okay.
Period.
Yeah. Yes. So being from the east side, it was just like I only really knew that Detroit, right?
Yeah.
But going to Howard, I mean, like when I tell you, like I was like, wait a minute, is black people there? Or it's like one of my best friends from Zambia. Like you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I didn't know that type of world going into it. So that was a culture shock for me, knowing where all our people were in the world.
Yeah.
So just like learning, even from like my homegirl from New Orleans, I'm like, oh, I love your accent. Like, you know, like, so like meeting people and like kind of getting like their culture and kind of like, you know, incorporating that in like my life was kind of like, oh, this is cool. But like springtime, when like all the sororities and frats are on the yard and then people just hanging on the yard, people would jump rope on the yard. Like, I'm like, where am I? Or people would be dancing on the steps or singing. So it was just always like, where am I? Like you were in your own world. And I think people were really free to be whoever they want. Like if you wanted to be a lame, like an engineering student like me, that was fine. If you wanted to be high fashion, you were walking with your heels on the yard, which was not me. Across the yard. Homecoming, okay?
Have you seen the size of a heat transfer book? That's my book bag with heels on. No.
Yikes. I have not, but hey.
It was definitely hoodie season all those years that I was there. But yeah, exactly.
I wore hoodies in the summer. You can ask about me.
Yes.
People would,
So
it is the university outfit.
I mean, mine's a slightly. I'm almost matching her though. So
that's the most fashionable you gonna get.
Oh, okay. In engineering, we got the same outfits.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah. But it was just like the energy that was there. Like everybody was just doing their own thing, and then like you kind of celebrated people for what they did. So I kind of like the whole vibe. That's the reason why I went there, the vibe. So I think that's what it was, like the people I met and then the bonds that we had and just being on a yard. And it was like a movie to me.
Yeah.
So I think that was pretty dope for us. And then like the organizations and stuff that we were in. But yeah.
That's lit. I always envisioned it being like that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Come on, Danielle. Come on, Danielle.
All right. Let me.
Speaking of organizations, what organizations did you guys participate in next year?
Of course, NSBE, which is National Society of Black Engineers.
Shout out to y'all.
Yes. Oh, dang. That did not come from me.
Love.
Yeah, it's always love with NSBE. I actually did. I actually did SWE, Society of Women Engineers, which is like a Black NSBE for women at Howard, at least.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would be lit.
It was probably different because.
Okay, look.
Yes.
We just gonna keep it a buck because.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, please do. Because I'm like trying to be like.
On other university campuses, SWE is known to be for the white ones.
Right.
Or non-black.
Right.
Yeah.
And, at Howard, it's kind of hard for you to have a non-black organization.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, it basically literally was like a NSBE with just women. And
that would have been lit.
Yeah.
So.
But other universities don't have it like that.
Yeah, exactly. So when I say SWE around other like engineers, I'd be like,
definitely go to the side.
Yeah, no, but imagine it at a HBCU. So that was SWE, and then Phi Sigma Rho, which is a engineering sorority, engineering and science sorority that we are the first HBCU. So my chapter actually started that at Howard. So yeah. So and then we had Michigan Club and all that good stuff. But you in almost every organization when you get in there. But those are the main ones that I was a part of.
I would say I was just a NSBE, and
NSBE is enough, okay?
I mean, I tried to be on boards at a time, but that's about it.
NSBE is lit, so
yeah,
that's what's up.
I wish that's the thing that I think I missed out on for going to PWI is like when you go to a sea full of black people, kind of like you can decide like I don't really like this black person. I ain't gotta talk to them.
Dang.
There's so much more to talk to.
Yeah.
Right. So like when you go to PWI, it's like all right.
Oh wow.
Speak on it.
Oh wow.
I only have you.
I'm looking at y'all like really?
Come on, bro. We gotta get it together now.
Like, look, you irk my.
We're going to be at the same things. We're gonna sit at the same lunch tables.
So was it really like not as because Lawrence Tech, since it's like a local university, it wasn't a lot of us there or no? Okay, okay, that's why
Southfield is black, but engineering is not black.
Well, that's
and
we
all know that.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, it was far and few of us.
Real.
Yeah, that's real.
It was an interesting blend of that. Like I'm a hang with you. I don't really like you like that, but I have to because it's only me and you.
Oh wow.
I wasn't more of the I was more of the like, sis, we do not fuck with each other. Please move.
We're not doing this today.
I'm around you because they're around you, but don't talk to me.
I mean, I would try.
No.
It was hard. Don't mean I was successful, but I tried.
Yeah, I understand.
I was definitely the try, but I don't really like this, but I tried type person.
Ooh.
Effort. Yeah.
Sometimes it works, most times it didn't. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. whatever.
Yeah.
So clubs, Nesby, yeah.
That's about it.
Okay. You hear me? Okay. All right.
So what were some of your favorite courses at your university? Or it don't even have to necessarily be engineering.
I must say I gotta dig deep.
Oh, wow. She go, so I gotta dig deep.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago.
08?
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
I used to really like all of my math classes. My friend Eb, do you remember Eb? I don't know if you met Eb. Oh.
I think he was there before I came.
Oh, okay. Well, he used to help me with like every math class. So I was like, he was from Nigeria too, I believe, if I'm not messing up my memory. But I was like, bruh, I like understand this stuff when he helped me.
Yeah,
I'm good at this.
Right.
It really made me like math a lot. Like I always liked English because that was just easy. Like
Right.
I can speak whatever way. Like, you know, I know how to do this punctuality or whatever. Like that didn't even make sense. But anyway,
I mean, that's a part of English.
kind of.
Yeah.
It is.
I meant to say punctuation, but I feel like the word I used was like a time thing.
Oh,
Never mind. Like punctual.
Oh.
Never mind. Y'all didn't catch it, so I just.
We think deep because we engineers. We think real deep.
Right.
I need to put that on this episode. The confusion. Or the confusion.
But I hated all classes that I had to present. Like, that was one thing I felt like I used college to challenge myself because I grew up extremely shy. And, like, college, you would have to present for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Stand up, say your name for today.
For what? Just because it's a new year, like, I saw all of y'all last year.
2 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, bro. So
We
that
was
was
just
just,
in the same
oh,
class.
my goodness. I hated that. And then when you would become a senior, it's times 10
Oh, yeah.
because you have to
Yeah.
present every step of your project. Like, bro. But yeah, that was to me my least favorite. But then eventually I'm like, I like this because it gives me like, you know, a voice. Like, what am I shy for? I don't understand it in the first place. I know what I'm talking about. And if I don't, I need to know what I'm talking about so I can present it right.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say those would be my favorite.
For me, although I'm an engineer, I don't like math, so none of my math classes were my favorite. None of my math classes was for me. Labs were. Labs were like, because it was actually hands-on. I was a hands-on person. So I will get an A out of the lab, and then the actual class, it will be a struggle, okay? Okay?
Speak.
Right, there you go. Talking real shit right here. So that's the labs, but also I liked my non-engineering courses. Like I had intro to music, like it just, and then like I loved English too, and then it just allowed me to like, I was like a little poet back then, so it allowed me to express myself. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Let's hear something.
No.
Yay.
We won't do that today, okay? We won't.
Okay, Cynthia.
Can we get that clip? Can we get that
I
clip?
felt something coming on.
Woo! Y'all may get some spoken word by the end of this. Right. So I like those classes because it was very abstract. Like with math, I did like about math, like I can, as long as I get to this answer, you know, it's cool. So I can go any way.
But math teachers ain't like that.
Yeah, right. You got to show your process. Yeah, show your process.
That's one thing I hated about
Yeah.
math teachers.
Yeah.
Show
They
me.
did not like partial credit.
No,
Every
no.
math teacher I ever had, and
1 or
used to-
0, okay?
It used to grind my gears. I'm like, look, if these engineering professors can give me partial credit, bro, you can give me partial credit.
Right.
Like you see, I missed one number here.
See, that's the part that I didn't like. Since I liked English and poetry, I like the abstract. Like the English teachers would go out on the yard. Let's sit on the yard and let's talk about this lesson. Like math teachers, like, you know, I know it's homecoming, but you about to have a quiz, you know, type thing. Like my engineering professors. So I like labs in the engineering world, and then I like the abstract. Like I had intro to music and English, things like that was easy. It was easy for me too. So, yeah. So.
I hated English.
Really?
I hate English.
Really?
It's so annoying.
It is.
But
It's doing all this extra stuff and we don't even talk like this.
But like,
Nobody talks
it leaves it to the person's
Wow.
interpretation.
When y'all
That's a good
do
point.
Talk like this, it's like nobody understands you.
True,
So it's
true.
Like, who cares? I don't
Or they make fun of you.
Yeah.
that's me.
Come on now.
I'm sorry. Am I not supposed to speak
Are we
properly?
enunciating today or no?
You understood what I said, and that's a
Okay,
problem.
I
okay.
do enunciate sometimes, and people be like, "Oh, why you talk like that?" Well, I'm like, "Cuz, just shut up."
As far as some people, I'm from the burbs. I'm not from the east side, apparently, but
a lot of people don't even think I'm from the east side, which is offensive.
it's very offensive.
It's
Very.
offensive. But yeah,
True.
I'm more of a history person. Like,
Okay.
I love history.
I can see
I don't
that.
know what it is about it. It was just so easy to remember,
Mm.
and it was just like, oh, I didn't know about that. So that makes me. This makes sense to put this piece.
Right.
Together. Like, so it was kind of like putting a puzzle together of
Right.
the world, like knowledge of the world.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. But English, them papers, bro. I just
See, I like that because you could like put anything you want on. Like, how you gonna tell me my perspective is wrong?
Right.
You know?
They
Like,
do.
Well-
I have professors that would be like, "That's not really where it's going.
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me what I read?"
Yeah.
see, that's where my lawyer part comes in, and I'm like, "What's your office hours? Because we clearly need to talk about this more."
Speaking of history, I actually do love history, but I sucked at history because I can't remember that
Yeah,
shit.
I can't remember either.
It's too specific. Like them dates,
Oh, yeah.
math. I feel like I can figure it out based off of like the numbers because numbers are numbers.
Formulas,
But
stuff
like
you got.
memorizing events
Yeah.
and a date, like no.
But you did biomedical under
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean I couldn't remember some of that. I'm saying like because some of the biology part, like memorizing stuff and like that, like I would have tapped out, like
Tapped out.
because my memory is not that great.
Yeah, me too.
The sciences that I really got down with was physics and chemistry. Bio, can't
Yeah.
do it.
Right.
Ooh, chemistry.
Them animal
It's
cells
nice.
and stuff like that. I'm like
Balancing
concrete-
equations and stuff like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
The math sciences. I'm like,
Yeah.
we can get boogie with
But
them.
biology, I can't remember, like, because you know how, like, you'll be like, remember this part and this. I'm like, I give
This
up.
one has an enzyme. This one doesn't.
Right.
What? This one goes.
Give me a formula, okay? And I don't even like math, but give me a formula.
Like, you done got me used to all these numbers and letters and equal signs.
Wow.
Now you take it away and give me. But that's weird because in history, like, it'll be like, okay, so like one time I took a summer class and I was being lazy. It was summertime. I can say that. So we had a mid-summer exam and I got a low grade because I didn't study. I was literally being lazy. So after I got to see, I was pissed because I'm like, I know this stuff. End up acing the rest of the class because I was mad because I got to see them.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like,
That's how it be,
I
yeah.
literally was remembering quotes. I was remembering like,
Yikes.
highlighting because we had like certain readings at the beginning of the class, and he would be like, highlight this, remember that. Like I would legit
Oh, see.
remember that stuff and like remember dates, remember all that.
So
I'm
you
like,
good.
I don't know what it is about history. Even in high school, I remember like when I was like. I think like 9th or 10th grade, my teacher was like, "Oh, she's gonna fail, blah blah." And I had a boyfriend.
Oh,
at the time,
dang.
so they was really trying to like, "Oh, you can't go to the homecoming, blah blah." I'm like, let me go ahead and
Right. Let me show y'all real
I
quick.
became the top student next week, like,
That's
without a problem.
gotta show them sometime.
I was like, look, what you're not about to do is play me.
Right. Right.
But that was
Sounds like you get motivated by your haters.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Me.
They irritate me.
So don't hate people because she will show you, okay?
I'm about to come back like, oh, remember that time?
Yeah.
Remember that one time?
See how she beat that person with the Apple Watch challenge.
It's not a game.
Right.
I really get offended sometimes.
Right.
I take it personally.
I understand.
Like, so you thought because you be walking around New York, you was about to get on me. Okay.
Gotcha.
Max points for the first 3 days.
Gotcha.
You thought you had me. Not happening. But yeah, so what else did I want to get into? So as far as you guys have different degrees.
What's
Mhm.
your degree?
Electrical engineering.
Okay. I never knew. That was one of the, I feel like that was one thing we
Oh, yeah, we
didn't
didn't.
say.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Yeah.
you have different degrees, but that's what I was talking about. You guys are both from the east side.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Ow, ow.
There you go.
So you went to to
Northville.
Northville.
Yeah.
I don't say nobody. I get them to
Close.
Yeah.
Very close, but not the same.
How do you guys feel like your background from where you lived, like, help you navigate through high school and stuff like that?
Oof. That's a Danielle was like, Ebony, you go first. Okay.
Yeah, I think I took the last couple.
They both looked at each other like, you going first.
Let me pick this one up then. So how did my environment navigate me through high school and college?
Wow.
Well, okay. All right.
That's
here
a
we
good
go.
question.
This is a very good question. So, no, just being very blunt, I did grow up like in the hood. However, I think that
Where at? What city?
I'm over there.
Streets?
I'm by over there by like City Airport. Okay. So like Grass shit out of Drive, Park Drive.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm in that area. 9th precinct. Okay.
So
Yeah.
she from
So
around that
Denby
way
is my
too.
neighborhood high school. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Most people.
oh yeah, I know Davis. Yeah. Yeah.
Used to be connected to the city
Yep.
airport.
So that's my hood over there.
Hey.
Shout out. But my environment, so it was the hood. But I think what my parents did was put me in a lot of different programs. So it allowed me to like be exposed to different stuff. And it also taught me like the hustle spirit too. Like whatever you do, not to give up on what you're doing. Like yeah, Detroit definitely hustle hard. When King was everybody. It was East Side, West Side. Everybody was up in King because it was kind of like a border school. So I mean, high school prepared me for college, but I think
It's not a border high school.
I mean, I'm saying not a border, but it's
really?
like I'm saying it's like down.
Shane and Jefferson.
What I'm saying is, but you got a lot of West Siders that go there. Like a lot of people.
It's one of the top 3 schools in the city.
But hey, back in my day, I'm a little old.
They got a new building.
I graduated in 03, so it was back then. But we definitely was one of the top.
I can give you that. In 03, I
But
can give you that.
yeah, 03, yeah.
How do you know? You were
Because
in
my
middle
brother
school
graduated
or-
in 03.
Oh, really? I probably know him
Not
then.
from King.
Oh, not from King.
You went to Finney.
Okay. But basically, that environment taught me, like, okay, I know what I don't want to do, and I know what I do want to do. And the people that, like, I grew up with supported me on that. I mean, so I think being in programs, having me super focused, and then, like, appreciating what I came from to be able to uplift where I came. Because I rep, like, everybody at Howard know I rep Detroit first and then Howard. So, you know what I'm saying? So, Detroit got me where I'm at right now, okay? Yes. The small brand. But no, Detroit definitely shaped me, whether it was from what I seen and then I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that, or something I seen like I want to improve. So I would say that it was a very positive aspect, the way that I kind of looked at it and pushed forward. But yeah, shout out to KC. They definitely did their thing with exposing us, even though I wasn't in a program that was math and science. I was international studies. But I think they definitely...
They were both school of choice and
yes.
neighborhood.
Yeah, so you had CPLA, which was the neighborhood part. You had MSAT, which was the math and science, which most people, engineers there. And then you had international studies, which was the business and international studies part. So... yeah, I wanted to be a lawyer and speak different languages, but here I am as an engineer. There you go, Danielle.
Multiple languages, acronym galore.
Yes.
Right. Okay, can you remind me of the question? I kind of get the gist of it, but I just want to make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Clarify.
Hey, listen, it's nothing wrong with asking
It's not.
a question
Look, shout
or
out
being
to
wrong.
clarification, 'cause this is my intention for the week.
Yes.
This is not coming out this week, but my intention for this week is to get all the answers and clarification.
Clarity.
Amen to that.
So the question is, how did your upbringing or neighborhood background affect you navigating through high school and college?
Okay. I would say, so like I said, I would say East Side, because
East Side?
that was the majority of my growing up. Stability was on the east side of Detroit. My dad lived there. My mom always lived in the suburban areas, so that's the schools I always went to.
Suburban east or suburban west?
Like suburban. like
it's so far out. It ain't a side. It ain't Southfield West, Roseville East. Okay.
Yeah, like she lived in Ann Arbor, West Bloomfield.
Okay, yeah. It don't count when you get out that way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you in the burbs. Yeah.
Right.
So, I think my upbringing was very diverse. Like when I was with my dad, I was in like, Moraine, Beaconsfield.
Oh
like,
yeah, hey.
Straight up East Side,
there you
Roxbury.
go.
What's up?
All right, Roxbury.
Yeah. So, but then when I was with my mom, I was, like that's a whole different world. Like,
yeah.
You got everything around you. Like them people, everybody in Detroit thought I had money. The people out there, I thought I was broke.
Got you.
So it was very like different, but it taught me to know how to interact with a lot of different people.
Right.
Like I can kick it with some of my best friends are white, Hispanic, whatever, Cuban. My other good friends, straight up hood dudes that's like been in jail, still in jail, like people like that. Like, so I think,
So you would say you was college educated, good affiliate.
Can we
get them shirts, okay? Can we get them shirts, okay?
Words of making beats.
Right. Right.
Yep. And then, like, my high school, people wouldn't really think that, but Northville was very diverse. Like, I would say, of course, it's more white people, but there was a great amount of black and Indian and Hispanic people there too. So I got to interact with a lot of those people, and a lot of the black people at those schools like just came from Detroit too.
Right.
Like they'd be like, "Hey,
First generation.
don't get it twisted." Like
that was the Great Migration. Okay,
I'm from around that way. Like, all right, sis, calm down.
Right.
We just trying to learn in this bit.
Address.
Yeah, like
Right.
okay.
I'm using my
We know. I can
right.
see where you live.
on the weekends.
Because it's definitely hood spots in the suburbs that
Right.
people
Oh, yeah.
don't think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I would just say it made me very diverse and prepared to interact with a lot of different people, which like in corporate America,
Oh yeah.
people from everywhere. People from different countries, like
Yes.
anywhere in the US, like and
Yeah.
you just bond with anybody.
Yep.
And that's how it should be. And a lot of people that I'm not saying like you or anybody that's from Detroit, but a lot of people don't know how to interact or just be cool with being cool with other races if they haven't been around that.
Yeah.
So
agreed. Yeah.
I think that was a great thing that I've experienced in life. It used to be something that I was ashamed of, like, because I feel like black people try to make you feel like, oh, you go to suburban schools, like, you not really black. How?
I think that's a Detroit thing, though.
That's whack.
I think that's really a Detroit thing because we usually like divide, like you from
like,
Detroit
why are
or
we
the
dividing
burbs.
all the time?
We do that all the time.
I can honestly say because I'm hardcore one of those people. Like I'm definitely hardcore divided even within the city.
Yeah. She don't even mess with West Siders.
Oh,
Like, come on now.
Woo, okay.
No,
Can-
she don't.
Okay, sometimes you can listen to this.
She
podcast.
won't even go to the West Side.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I was on the west side 2 days ago.
How many times have you been in your lifetime? This way.
I didn't discover the west side in time. I graduated from high school, but still.
Okay. Okay.
But I was a hardcore, full-blown East Sider. So, like, West Side was like, whoa, okay, there's a whole other side of the city.
Wow.
Those people over there.
Right.
I have
To the
two
left.
West Sider friends. No, but, like, I can understand the outsider or insider mentality because it's like, people do talk so badly about people
Yes.
from the city.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, like, even people who are new here now, like, just, I want to say, like, 6 months ago, somebody was like, yeah, Detroit was a vacant city 10 years ago. I'm like, that's funny because I live here.
Right.
See, that's the shade that we get. Even when I went off, like, I'm out of state, and then you got other, like, Detroiters, suburbanite, everybody that's from Michigan, because we had a Michigan club. But I remember asking somebody, like, oh, where are you from? And they were like, oh, I'm from Detroit. I'm like, oh, what side? You're trying to get familiar.
Yeah.
And
Like, oh,
he really is from West Bloomfield. And I'm like, but back in that time, you wouldn't claim it. You wouldn't claim it when you was in the city. So it was kind of like
I'm from West Bloomfield.
I think that's
Oh,
a
I see
Detroit
what
thing.
you're
That's what
saying.
I think we were so like shunned for so long as a.
Everybody mentality is real.
It's
That's
extremely
now,
real.
yeah.
Yeah.
Off because it's a real thing, and like people still do that.
Yeah.
Still be like, oh no, I ain't from the city.
Yeah.
That's ghetto.
Southfield people do that. Like,
Oh,
bro,
girl.
But
Let me
start
not.
a rap career. I'm from the West Side.
Right.
So I think that's where it gets a little.
That's weird.
Yeah. Like 10 Mile.
That's not.
That's not Detroit.
Wow.
But yeah.
Eminem and 8 Mile
That's
are
true.
not here, like,
So I think that's where it gets, because I would notice the whole suburban versus city thing from Detroit, because people in Howard was like, why y'all always like, where you from? What side you from?
I'm telling
It
you.
matters.
Everybody I know people from Tennessee, from Mississippi, Alabama. They all be like, why do y'all act like y'all can't speak to each other? Like, why do y'all act like you have to claim you from this side and that side? What does that mean?
Yeah. My friends jokes East Side, West Side. And mind you, they not from Detroit at all. They be like, Eboni, when you see Detroit or East Side, West Side.
And then if you're on the east side, what cross street?
Yeah, it becomes so specific. Like, oh, wait, which part? East Warren? Oh, no.
Like we got sets.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I got to college, I didn't know East Warren was a bad, like, well, my specific neighborhood wasn't necessarily bad, but when they were like, oh, you from East Warren? I'd be like, yeah. And they're like, oh, I can't trust you. I was like,
Dang.
ooh,
Okay.
I didn't know. There was cameras over there. I didn't know.
Oh, man.
I didn't go outside.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I went to school and came home, okay? I went to the grocery store.
Oh, man.
But
Oh,
you
man.
instantly have to, like, defend yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what
my
we
thing.
shouldn't have
Like,
to
why?
do. We shouldn't
Why?
have to do
But
that.
it was something that we came up in the Detroit that was like in the bankruptcy era and all that stuff. So like it's like you gonna attack me and you gonna automatically think like when my first year of college I went to Western and like all the had a dog ass culture shock. But the kids there to get street credit or to seem cool, they'd be like, yeah, I'm from Detroit. I'm like, oh, from where?
Exactly.
I'm really from Troy.
Yeah,
Just say
that's
that.
what I don't-
people used to
Don't
do,
use
too.
That's
that
what I
to
don't
be
like.
Oh, I'm cool or I'm hip. I'm this and that.
Yep.
But at the same time, you
Right.
wouldn't be caught dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
But even
nowhere
here,
near Detroit.
at work, though, even here at work, I'd be like, yeah, I'm from Detroit. You're actually from Detroit?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm from, like, Detroit.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what part? There's
Do
east
you
side,
know?
west side. There's
The
on
part
east
you
side.
don't even know about.
Right.
sis.
So it's like, I think as Detroiters, like, we just go through a lot, so you feel like you have to rep something. You know what I'm saying? And then you, on the negative side, you kind of, like, put people down for, like, oh, you from Southfield? You know what I'm saying? But you
I
shouldn't
hate
do that.
it. I
We
fucking
shouldn't do
hate
that, but it's...
I think I hate it more than anyone because I lived
You did both.
firsthand of
Yeah.
like both lives.
Yeah.
Like, why do it matter? Why do it? First off, did I choose where I live growing up?
There you go.
I don't have a choice in this. So you
sound
instantly gonna.
This is gonna sound hilarious, but it might offend some. But I'm sorry. It's like you're like the bi-city, like biracial. Like,
Oh, I guess that's
like,
whack.
I'm too black to be white, too white to be black. I'm too city to be urban.
Yeah,
right.
Too suburban to
Yeah,
be
but you
city.
don't get that with city. I mean, I don't know. I haven't lived in like Chicago, New York, but I
Yeah.
mean, they rep their boroughs and stuff like that. But it's not like
Chicago do break down.
they break down like
They break down like a mug. You be like, they be like, oh, them West Side girls is ashy. Like, hold up, where are you from? Oh, I'm from South Side, or I'm
Right.
from this suburb, because they got ghetto suburbs.
yeah. I mean, everybody do.
I
Then there's,
think
like, North
everybody-
Chicago, South Chicago.
Everybody
There's, like,
do
the
it.
But yeah, everybody
Chicago.
do. When I was in Charlotte, North
Yeah.
Carolina for 7 years, it was certain parts that. But I was like, I would never live in a suburb because of what I experienced as a city person. I was out in the suburbs living
Yeah.
in Charlotte, but I got the taste of what like you were saying, like, why is there a difference, whatever. But Detroit is extremely hard, like it's literally hardcore, and I think just
Yeah.
because how people treat it, when the news, they'll definitely tag Detroit
That's-
onto it and
Yep.
things
Any
like that.
bad
So
thing, Detroit.
Anything
Yeah.
in Michigan.
yeah,
Period. 'Cause
That's
I remember
negative.
I was down in Atlanta, and somebody was like, "Why are they treating Detroit like a third world country?" First off, you're talking about Flint. Let's get
And
this
then it ain't nothing like what you think you see on the
Yeah.
news.
right,
It's
exactly.
like, these things that you blaming the people who live there for, like, they're not in control of what the state decides to do for a city.
Right.
Because, like, now we're under state control.
Right,
Like, we have an emergency manager, so whatever they say goes. And that's
right,
mandated by the state.
right,
So, like, the city council, no control. The people,
Right.
there's no democracy.
right.
So it's like going on to having to explain that as somebody that's like 18, 19 years old, you just hold on to that.
Right.
Like, all right, I'm not you knew people that come around here and being like, oh yeah, I was in Detroit this weekend, you know.
Yeah.
I was over here and walking around and enjoying the alley.
Right.
And
You
I'm
rep the
like,
Tigers,
okay.
but you don't rep the city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you come in with your
'Cause they
Detroit Lions.
disrespect it as soon as they
you
get.
know, Detroit, Shinola made Detroit. Excuse me.
That's offensive when they do that, but
Mhm.
I
Those
mean,
things happen. So like,
To
I
me,
get
that's
the end of
ignorance.
it.
That's just ignorance.
yeah, I agree with you.
but you said it at the Oscars. That's huge.
Ignorance.
So,
You still ignorant.
Yeah.
It don't matter
Oh.
what platform
Oh
you have.
gosh, yes.
I was like, wow. You know, people. There's New Detroit. There's Real Detroit. There's East Side. There's West Side.
It's a Detroit's complex. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very.
And people
it's
don't
a-
think it is. But
Yeah.
It is.
And it sucks.
And-
It sucks that we have to be this way.
Yeah.
But, you know,
We don't have to.
we don't have to. But, I mean, that's what it is.
But that was the next thing I was gonna say is when for me, when I get to work every day, I make it my mission to just be me. Like I'm
Yes.
gonna talk how I'm gonna pronounce words so you can understand me just a little bit better than if I'm at home. But at the same time, like, nah, bro. Like you gonna get this blackness, bro.
And I
I'm
commend you
sorry.
for that because you said you're pretty early. I mean, like you're 3-4 years in,
Yeah.
right? So when I was like first coming in, I was like, I need to conform to these
Yeah.
people. Now,
Nah,
you gonna get this
can't do
natural
it.
hair.
You
gonna get this
laugh
ebony
at
in my
these
name.
jokes because
Curls is popping.
all they want. Listen, when I tell you all
But-
people want is to know you authentically anyway,
And it took
we
me
tryna-
years. Yeah, it took me years to get that.
Yeah.
But now you gonna get this.
And if
gonna
you
get
don't,
this.
that's your problem.
Come on, Danielle. You gotta be in that early career.
I'm telling you, I
Come
just
on,
love
girl.
going to work.
I
People
love that.
that.
I'm gonna say we gonna have to hook up at work,
Yes,
girl.
people love coming up to me. They be asking me like I'm one of those people that's like, okay, I'm cool with you being interested in black culture, but don't just come to me like, oh, Danielle, I heard Young Thug had a new song.
Yeah,
out.
don't do that.
Hey,
I'll be like, I don't know who
chill,
that
bro.
is. I'll be like, I don't know.
Chill. Don't ask
feel
me the
you, though.
lyrics. I get all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I have the burner in the trunk.
Girl,
Corporate life is
that
a little
needs
bit
to be
different.
an episode. How do you react when these
Girl.
certain things happen to you?
Girl,
Okay.
that's a whole nother topic. Woof.
This guy came up to me like, your hair was not that long yesterday.
First
Excuse
off.
you?
First off, I'm gonna need you to back up, Hassan.
Sir, I said your hair has been the same since I met you 4 years ago.
Period.
Why don't you worry about doing something new?
Different. Do something
Why
different,
you got
sir.
the same haircut?
I said my whole article about black hair. It's called shrinkage. What do you mean?
Can we holler at that?
One thing I had my senior year at Lawrence Tech, I had a group mate that was like in 3 of my classes, so we talked a lot. So like, he asked me, of course, I'm bald. Well, I'm not bald.
I'm halfway there.
I have a phase. Like I have a taper, I have a boy haircut, whatever you want to call it. And he was like,
I'm about to,
Yeah.
y'all hot now. So he
Circulation.
he had asked me like, why did I cut my hair or whatever, and yada yada yada. And I was like, well, I don't like doing it. Like I just don't like doing my
Right.
hair. It's not really like a thing that I like to spend hours doing. Shout out to bartender Danny. And then I was talking to another classmate who remembered that I had hair, because most people don't remember me with hair. Which
Okay.
is so funny because I don't understand. Whatever. But
I remember.
she was like, what did she say? We was talking about, I was saying how I really
She hates my drink.
heavy-handed.
Whoops.
But we talked about how I wanted a wig. I was looking up wigs on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking about how I really wanted a wig because sometimes I just, like, in the wintertime, I don't want to wear a hat. I'd rather just put on a wig because it'd be nice and warm.
Okay, it's hilarious. I tried not to laugh.
No,
It
that's
makes sense,
hilarious.
Yeah, like, you know, being bald.
It makes sense.
60 degrees, you like, oh, I need that beanie. I ain't got nothing
A
on my
wig or a hat. That's
Under
the decision.
60?
Yes, I'm
Damn.
60.
Okay, that makes sense
But
then.
it
Why
was
you would want a
52 last
wig?
week. I was like, I need a hat.
A hat or a wig, huh?
Where is my beanie? You know, I'm about to pull out the wig. So
Oh, man.
I was asking one of my white classmates, and I was like, you know, you ever had like weave before or whatever? And he, like, the guy turned to me and was like, she's white. She doesn't know anything about
First
that.
off,
I was like, sir, First off, have you ever heard of like
Any white woman in celebrity world?
Right.
First off, wigs started with the white men in the Supreme Court, and they wore the wigs.
Exactly. The British.
Let's take it back, baby. I told you I love history.
Facts.
All right.
Back.
Come on now.
If we want to do this, we can do this.
Facts.
So, like,
Do
for a
it.
week straight, I would literally send him Instagram videos of white women getting tracked.
Oh, so you was on a mission. Like, look at this.
Yo.
Like, I really get
Exhibit A, B, C, D, and Z.
Like, and then we
That is petty.
A, A, B, A, C, like.
I'm not.
I'm gonna do this because you really tried.
Wow.
Like, only black women wear weave. I'm like, sweetheart, you never heard of the little beads they get put in their head and they pay like $1,000 for it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like at least I can get the 27 piece for $250.
I'm not.
Yo.
And it be versatile. Our weavers versatile.
Yeah.
So.
Like, don't be mad because I have versatile hair and all you like that.
Right.
Don't be mad.
Sis.
Wow.
Don't be
Wow.
mad that you got to go to retriever and I have yours.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
We're out for the
I'm
count
stepping
now.
out the. I'm just stepping out
Let's
the room.
go ahead and go to that next question. That you
Right.
might have
Roll that
had.
next question, please.
That was just.
We have to remain humane around here.
Right. Next question, please.
I didn't say yucky. I said yucky.
What was that next
Wow.
question? You're not about to get me caught up.
Shit.
That was it. Ooh,
Listen,
that
I
was a
told you.
moment in like my own personal history. I was like,
Girl.
taken back, like,
That was a deep one. That was deep.
You really said that to me.
I sent that dude that article about shrinkage, and cuz never asked me.
Like,
He'd
don't
be
do
like,
this.
"Your hair looks nice, Danielle." He don't even ask.
Yeah, like it's not your. First off, do you pay for it?
And then
Why
it's
are
just
you-
like it's me, and I don't know if they know. Like, I don't know. I've been in corporate for a while, but it's just like, okay, like, calm down, sir. Or and it be the men. I'm like, are
It's
you
the men?
like, are you
always.
serious?
I'm cool with you being curious, but like, just the way you say it matters. I don't care what
Right.
nobody say.
Oh yeah. It's
Like-
not what you say; it's how you say it.
Yeah, it's always how you say it. And then it's also like, sir, focus on your wife.
She's uninterested.
Like, let's start there.
Right.
What does she have?
I told you earlier.
Because at some point, it's just like, I don't really care why you want to know. Just don't worry about me.
Right.
And just in general.
Right.
Let
Just
me
leave
do
me
me.
off that conversation.
I do what I like, and that's just that.
You me off the conversation.
Yes.
Unsubscribe.
Sheesh.
So okay, we're gonna need to close up on this one, but what are some of your pros about your different institutions, or like versus your public experience that you had?
I had just a short public experience in a summer class. So I think private institutions, what I liked about it, it was a little bit smaller than a public university. My professors did know my name at the end of the day. Also, I felt like I got a close knit with like my friends and my classmates. When one person's struggling, we all was struggling. So we all trying to figure that problem out at 2:00 in the morning. Also, like I said, just the energy that came within it and the just learning my classmates and where they came from and things of that nature, it allowed me to just to see like the diversity that you were talking about. I got the diversity from the black diversity from different parts of the world. So it allowed me to be like, wow, we different in different areas. And yeah, so I'm like, oh, really? Okay. It's not just Eastside Detroit. So, and then it allowed me when I went into corporate, like you hold on to that. When I see another black person or if I see somebody coming up, I'm like, hey, and then you went to smaller schools. It's not a lot of people at my job that went to Howard. So it's like you kind of grab onto that. Everybody's repping U of M or Michigan State or whatever big institution. So when you go to a private, you kind of like how y'all went to the same school. It's kind of like, yo, what's up?
Yeah. So
it's kind of a little bit more intimacy in that for private institutions, I think. So I love my private institution. So shout out to my to my university, Howard University. Yeah, HBCU love, but private institution love too.
So you want to point out the pros of both? Okay, so like she said, the small classes, like you knowing your professors knowing you, like them being on top of like, ma'am, you weren't in class last night. Like, what's up? Or, you know, why aren't you doing good on this? Like, they actually, to me, at Lawrence Tech, they take the time to figure out why you don't understand specific things in the class. Like, where I would be like, man, I don't get this on this quiz, so I don't give a fuck. We ain't gonna do that quiz
Moving
no more.
on.
They would be like, nah, you need to come to my office hours so that we can work on this, because, you know, you didn't get this. I really, really like that. And then I guess just on the side of, like, the fact that I was still kind of shy in college, like, it wasn't as intimidating as, like, a huge school. Like, when I went to Wayne State, for grad school for my first semester, I felt like initially I was kind of nervous. Like, the professor was just like, yeah, so this is the lesson. I don't know none of y'all, but this is what y'all about to do next week. Come doing this. And I'm just like, yo.
I agree with that.
What are you talking about? And you don't know my name. And the TA, I tried to go to his office hours. He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. The TA graded this. What?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that was a big deal for me, and that made me instantly be like, I'm trying to go back to Lawrence Tech for grad school. Yeah. But I would say, like, maybe if I went to a public school in undergrad, I would be more like willing to accept that type of thing. And I did like the diversity of that school. Like, even though my classes weren't diverse, like there's a specific type of people that go to engineering classes.
Period. Even at HBCUs.
Yeah. So that wasn't diverse, but you can go to a different building and see a whole different type of people.
Yeah.
So, like, but at Lawrence Tech, it's just that weirdo type of person everywhere.
Everywhere.
Lawrence Tech don't give a fuck. I'm like,
you become like, you think you somebody if you go to Lawrence Tech and you know you kind of a normal person outside of that shit.
Right.
Like,
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
So that's the difference. It's more like a social
Cynthia
difference.
over here.
No, I mean, okay.
Must say, keep it going. Look at me like, Danielle, what were you saying?
I don't know. Listen.
Okay, the very last question is the fun question. Would you go back to your school's homecoming?
Oh, look at me. That's not a question. That's 310%. I will go back to my.
I was gonna say, I know you would go.
Howard homecoming? Come on now.
I was about to text everybody I know from Howard.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
Sis said y'all shit
I
is
asked other people. I'm like, Ma, you gotta come. Cousin, you gotta come. Friend, you gotta come. Everybody gotta experience our homecoming. So of course, I mean, not just, but any HBCU homecoming is lit. Like completely. Any HBCU.
I went to G-Ho and I'm never going back. I can't do it unless I marry somebody from. I can't do it.
I went to theirs once. But yeah, it's like a good time. Oh, that. Yeah, I mean, and it's like a family, like it's family, but it's just like a big family reunion. So like the city shuts down. DC, a very busy city, shuts down. So
that's lit. Everybody,
and it doesn't matter if you went to Howard or did not go to Howard. It's just family. Like you family. We may not win that football game. But
I'm sure you didn't.
But that band though, we will get down. We know how to party, so we will win the party.
There's a couple of nice bands out there.
Yeah, I mean, but she throwing shade on Howard, but Howard is the mecca, okay, of everything, okay. Okay, all right. Before I get off of here, the number one HBCU is Howard University.
Okay,
so
speak on it.
Yeah,
I believe you now. I don't know.
But Danielle, I do want to hear about your homecoming experience at Lawrence Tech.
Oh, ma'am, what homecoming?
Do y'all have one?
What do we do? I mean,
I don't know when it is.
Wait, are y'all joking? Is it usually in October, September?
There's a performance by someone that we probably don't know or don't care about, like Flo Rida or somebody that's kind of old news.
And he opened. This is after. I think that was last year. I could be wrong, but the last time I heard about a homecoming that I, actually knew people attended, they had, this is during the Kaepernick thing and the whole, like, uproar about the Pledge of Allegiance, they had Dickie. He opened his
Pledge of Allegiance. I thought it was the
the national anthem.
The national anthem.
See, HBCU still know that, even though we do the black national anthem.
Hold on, I corrected my sis from that PWI.
Okay,
first.
all right, Danielle, I didn't hear it at first.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We should have started off with this.
Right.
Wait, what is the other game?
National anthem.
So this is during that time where everybody had the big issue with standing, sitting, whatever.
Yeah.
So he decides to open his performance.
I don't think I want to hear this.
The national anthem.
Little Dickie.
Little Dickie.
Well, he's for the culture. He probably was just trying to. Okay, never mind.
Little Dickie for who culture?
I thought us.
I'm not going. My school won't have Little Dickie there. Okay,
Little Dickie literally made a song about rappers spending their money. He's like, no, I'm gonna keep my money in the bank. Period. Like.
Oh, he do be, but I thought it was more like to encourage us to do that because he raps for. I mean, who you rapping for?
I don't really listen to him.
People are uncomfortable with saying the N-word in public.
All right.
Oh.
So he's.
So y'all have a big so how is the homecoming for Lawrence Tech though? For real.
I went to one when they had Waka Flocka, which I was.
Okay, that's what's up.
The president was not happy. The president was not happy, and I was geeked because I got to meet his team and everything.
Oh, nice.
We got to take pictures and it was super cool, but I literally don't know what they do.
See, I'm like, how is it?
Because we don't even have. We just got a football team.
Okay.
We got basketball maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
Something for I don't know 6. I don't know something not too far off.
It ain't more than 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nowhere near more than 10.
So have y'all went to other people like homecomings?
I've been in Michigan State.
How was that? Cause
that was cool. Like I did like the little outdoor tailgate type thing.
Yeah.
But like all you did is stand around. So I was like, oh, this is all people do.
For me, for homecomings, and I guess for me, because I'm one of those people who's like, I don't have a personal connection to this. So when I go here, I don't really know anybody outside of who I came with.
Right.
And the people who I came with are obviously going to see people they went to class with,
school with, had
a group with, shared a dorm with, whatever, and
right.
they have their own moves and, connections.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm just here for the rah-rah. Like, I don't really know what else.
At Howard, we will welcome you. You'll feel like family.
I went to G-Ho.
Come to Howard.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, come to Howard homecoming. We got y'all.
When I get my full-time salary, I would definitely hit you.
I'm for real. You got to plan it, though.
I do want to go to Howard. I've been telling people I wanted to go to Howard.
Like, when I tell you, I'm telling you, it's something you got to plan for because the city try to hike up all the prices and stuff. But it's, when I tell you we'll have a good time, like even alumni, you know what I'm saying? Usually homecoming is for the people in
that's
school.
That's what I was about to be like, the older I get.
No, but the older you get, the you chill.
It was for the older people.
I mean, it is.
It's a homecoming.
But when I first, homecoming, I was starstruck, my freshman year.
Yeah. Oh, but y'all have, real celebrities.
Yeah. But when I went for my 10 year, I'm like, okay, how is this going to be, being so far removed? It's a whole nother party scene for us, older people, very nice scene. Yeah. Okay. So, but I mean, I would say everybody who's listening to this, go to Howard Homecoming. But no.
Did it pass already?
No, it's coming up. Yeah.
When is it? In
it's
October,
next. Right? Yeah, it's next week.
It's a wrap.
I may.
Next year.
2020.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going this year, but yeah you got to plan for it.
I would definitely hit you up for the next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Girls trip.
I'm down for it.
Oh my God, G-Ho is over.
I went to I went to it.
Because it's such an age range, and then there's the people who been legacies who've been going there for years.
Yep.
And then there's the people who are there now, and then there's the people they bring their kids.
Yeah.
It was so.
It's a family affair.
Much. I was literally taken back. I had to sleep the whole next day. I think I missed most of the homecoming day because I was asleep.
Yeah.
And then they had after parties and brunches.
I can see that.
I was like, oh God.
I only could do the brunches and the daytime stuff. I'm too old for it.
I love day parties.
Yeah, I'm more a day party person than anything.
Yep.
Now. But yeah.
Well, yeah. Do y'all want to give out your socials again?
Okay. Maybe I'll get it right this time. eDavis313 on Instagram. So you can hit me up, or eShot that, E_shot_that for my photography page.
Hey.
Skateboards too.
What?
What are you keep going. See, I'm not a skateboarder like you. I heard your episode.
You mean?
Like she saw a picture of me in my 30s on a skateboard, but
Sis, I was about to be like, wait a minute, ain't you still in your 30s?
No, I'm saying I'm 34 now.
Oh, well then what are we talking about?
Oh, y'all, if I look like this at 40, come on now.
Oh, okay. She talking
but
about.
yeah, I didn't know you was
Yeah,
okay, she
listen,
dropping all type of
we're gonna
bombs.
continue
After
this
this, we gotta talk.
Like harping on this.
This is what's up, though.
Like, you
Yeah.
have to record together.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel. After this, okay. Go ahead, give your social. Get your social media.
Social Security? Oh.
No, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just kidding. My social media is SheCooks_ENT, and that's my Instagram. I don't have nothing else. What up, though? All right.
And then the SheCooks Co.
Yeah. I'm taking a little break.
I'm right there with you with eShot that.
Oh, okay. So
We got some things to work on.
shout out to the libations.
Yes.
But this is a great episode. I love both of you guys' perspectives and the different institutions you went to and experiences. Shout out to the East Side for producing greatness.
Oh yes, East Side.
Let's go.
Period. Pool.
Amen.
And yeah, I'm a little delayed. Sorry, you guys. I'm making a lot of noise. I forgot I was doing music.
Ma'am, every time. This is the one thing I think you should work on as far as self-care is putting your aux cord in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is self-care
at the right
though.
time.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is? I take it out because sometimes I don't turn the music down all the way, and then when it gets to the end.
I don't want to hear an excuse. I'm just saying.
Well, so accountability is on the show.
Like,
Come on now.
Of clarity, that's all.
I understand.
Okay.
I appreciate clarity and
Well,
transparency.
I'll try to divert this. I'm just gonna say thank you for having us back.
Yes,
Season 2.
we were selected by hand.
I know.
First episode of
I really appreciate it.
you don't see the growth.
I will
Yes.
see the growth.
Yes.
I've already
Yes.
seen the growth.
Yes. Yes.
And there's more to
All
come.
right, guys. See you next time, and thank you for coming back.
Turn up.